And well, I think this is a difficult question because in some ways, it's about something really existential and not just medical. It's a life choice, which is not to say that people shouldn't bring it to their doctors, because you absolutely need to bring thoughts about your life and what you want it to be and your experiences to your doctors, especially your psychiatrist. But it means that it's very much bound to individual ways of feeling. So I would say for some people, the opinion of others is really important. They really care, and it's just part of who they are to rely on others' voices as well. Sometimes even in their own choices. For someone else, not so much. Some people are very happy to just go along their trajectory and not really wonder about what everyone else thinks. So that in itself will make a big difference in terms of the judgment. The other thing that I will say is it is only now, recently, in recent decades perhaps, that these choices have openly existed, because up until not very long ago, people's paths were sort of preordained, and it was completely assumed that somebody would be born and then grow up and then maybe study, yes or no, but maybe have a career, yes or no, but for sure get into a relationship and become a parent. And anybody that didn't do that was deviating from a norm. But now that's changed, and it's much more allowed, and we are much more allowed to really consider these choices for ourselves. So in a way, it's also slightly uncharted territory for us as a society to know how to address these different choices that we all can make. I would suggest that if people are really sensitive to others' opinion, they shouldn't feel compelled to disclose their decisions any more than to an intimate set, if that's what makes them comfortable. So to think very carefully about the choices you will make, and feel as confident as possible and as comfortable as possible with what you decide, and also equally feel confident and comfortable who you share it with. We don't all have to put things, say, on social media or any other platform if that creates anxiety. People need to feel allowed to take their time and remain private when that's what they want. And equally, doing a big exploration of a lot of external opinions on this type of thing, if it causes anxiety, might not be the best idea. And ultimately, you need to decide whether you are interested in having that argument and fighting a different discourse to the one that makes you feel comfortable and happy with your choices. That too needs to be a personal decision that you should feel completely entitled to.